ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
It is Monday, June 3rd. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. We are set to go. Your texts are welcome and encouraged. 304-396-TALK. 304-396-8255. Coming up today on the program, we're going to hear from Tommy Gregg in a few minutes. We'll catch up with the manager of the Tri-State Coldcats. Today was media day over at Jack Cook Field. Oh, that was fun today. A lot of kids have made it in and got to talk to. I talked to several pitchers. Hopefully down the line we can get some of the hitters on the show. But we talked to a few pitchers today. And this roster is going to be in flux for, I'm sure, the entire season. But I really enjoy talking to Drew Calloway. He's coming up in a few minutes. He is out of West Virginia. So you've got some Marshall guys going to be on this thing. You're going to have West Virginia guys on this thing. He was telling me earlier that he came to this team because, he redshirt. So he wanted to have an opportunity to get some reps and get some more time. And you know what? That's what this league is really good for. Give you more of an opportunity to improve on what you're already good at and then fix and work on the things that you need improvement on. And we're going to hear from the manager a little bit later on about that. So we'll hear from Tommy Gregg in a few minutes. We'll hear from Andrew Calloway. Also, I got a chance to talk to a couple other guys who have made their way to the Coldcats roster. And one of those guys, and again, we talked to a lot of pitchers today. Those guys like to talk. So we talked to Joshua Pauline. He is out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. So he is going to be one of the pitchers you'll see on the mound. And also we talked to, and he was fun to talk to, Parker Moore. Parker Moore, he is in Arizona, but he's out of Texas. So Parker was fun to talk to. Never been here before. Got a chance to see a little bit of campus. The early impression from these guys, that they're just happy to be here. That's the first thing. They're really happy to be here. But they've liked what they've seen so far. They like downtown. They like the campus area. They like the facility that they have an opportunity to work in and train in and play in. And that was the vibe that I was getting today from a lot of these guys. Just the fact that they're appreciative of their opportunity. So we're going to hear from those guys here in a few minutes, and we'll start with Tommy Gregg. And we'll get your text in, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Of course, if you can't make it to a Coldcats game, we're going to have you covered. At least the home games are going to be right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. All the home games right here. So all season long, and it's a short season, but still, we're going to have baseball in June and July from Jack Cook Field. So if you can't make it to a game, we've got you completely covered there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll be over there tomorrow at Jack Cook Field. We'll see what kind of surprises we can come up with as far as interviews and guests from the booth. Fun to be back over there. But we're going to do the show there tomorrow since it's the first game ever as the Tri-State Coldcats take the field. First time in over 30 years that we've had summer baseball. Now, again, remember what this is. And I know it's easy to say, hey, we got minor league baseball back. And that technically is what this is as far as baseball. Yeah, you can call it minor league baseball, but this is really a rookie prospect wooden bat league. It's affiliated with the Appy League. And, of course, these are going to be a lot of prospects and college kids that are already on rosters, and they're just trying to get looks. And there's going to be a lot of looks and opportunities because Major League Baseball will be scouting this league all season long. So you're going to have scouts in Huntington, scouting teams, scouting players all season long. So opportunities, hopefully, for these young men to show what they're made of, show their stuff. And Tommy was really high on his team. Now, the whole idea behind this is all the rosters are going to be balanced as much as possible. You're not going to load one team with all of the top prospects. You're going to try to balance it out a little bit. So each team, theoretically, everybody's going to be at the same, close to the same, and just how these teams develop is what we're going to see, and that's going to be the next couple of months. It's going to be fun baseball at Jack Cook Field, so hopefully you're able to go, and if not, we got you covered. Again, I want to keep that in your mind. We got the games right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930, and of course, we got a lot to get into as well. We'll go over all the Marshall signings, couple of additions to the roster, not only for the football team, but for the women's basketball team. Softball, we got softball signings. You got a lot of things to talk about. We got baseball, of course. The Mountaineers defeating Grand Canyon 6 last night. So the Mountaineers win the region, and they will be, for the first time ever, in the NCAA Super Regionals. So this is the first time ever that the Mountaineers have made it to the Super Regionals. At-large bid, making it to the Super Regionals. So that is a important milestone for that program. And of course, as that program has improved facility-wise, it has improved baseball-wise. Facilities do matter. I don't know if we're going to see that same level for Marshall anytime soon, but takes time. You need a ballpark. There you go. You finally got a ballpark. Now you have to do something with it. And that's going to be, I think, the next few years, we're going to see what the direction of this baseball team is going to be. If there isn't progress with this baseball team, we're going to see a concerted effort to make sure that there is progress, because you don't open up a brand new facility and go, all right. We've seen that a couple of times on the women's side of soccer. On the men's side, we've seen that success. On the women's side, we have seen a couple of coaching changes here and there, trying to get the women's side of the soccer equation close to or on level with the men. So facilities matter, but at the same time, once you give a coach a facility, you take that excuse away. That is not an excuse anymore. That's the whole idea. Okay, can't win here at Huntington, can't win at Marshall. We don't have a soccer field. Here's a soccer field. Chris Grassi comes in, elevates the program, wins a national championship. Don't tell me you can't win in Huntington. Baseball program, can't win. We're playing at Route 2. We're not even a real baseball team here. You know, we're playing at the YMCA. No disrespect, but we're not playing at a Division I level facility. Here it is, Division I level facility now. So the expectation is going to be, you better start competing for a Sun Belt championship soon. And then, of course, you bring in this summer league as well, and you're going to use the facility. So you're going to get your use out of the facility. That's the plus. On the other side of that equation, though, is you better start winning soon in baseball because you have a brand new facility. That's always going to be the expectation. You get a new facility, you better be able to win because you can recruit to it now. And that excuse has been taken away from Marshall University. Now Marshall has a baseball facility. Now it's going to come down to recruiting. I'm sure name, image, and likeness. How competitive can you be in the Sun Belt? Sun Belt, very competitive. And of course, I took some ribbing on social media for touting the success of the Sun Belt. I took some ribbing. And that's fine. You can sit and you can stew in your own juices about how terrible every other team is in your conference. I think I would rather have a successful conference and have Marshall have a higher standard to try to achieve than be in what the kids call a poverty league. It's good that the Sun Belt's having success, and it's good that the Mountaineers are having success. I just hope that Marshall's able to, on the baseball diamond, see that success here in the near future. And I'm not implying that we won't see that success. What I'm saying is that the expectation is going to be there. And I'm sure that Greg Beals knows that the expectation is you got to win. Obviously, he wouldn't have taken the job if he didn't know that that was the expectation, especially with a new facility. I think they're a couple years away from really being competitive. I think we've seen some glimmer there. Like, okay, there's some flashes here or there. Now they got to build their depth up. They're going to have to be a lot more competitive in the years to come. It's going to be very difficult because there's a high expectation that teams are going to be good in the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt's proving itself right now, advancing. 4 teams got in. That says something about the quality of opponent in the Sun Belt that Marshall faces. So now Marshall has the opportunity to get better, and you can point to the fact that this is a really good league. This is a good league. You can get better here. All right, let's focus on the Coldcats when we continue. And I want to hear from you. Our text line's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're going to hear from Tommy Gregg. It's finally here. We talked about that. Coldcats season begins tomorrow. Are you heading to the game tomorrow to see the first ever Coldcats baseball game from Jack Cook Field? We'll talk about that when we continue on this edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Hey, let's talk about your favorite day. You'd probably say Christmas Day or maybe New Year's Day. Well, I'm here to make a pitch for Monday. That's right, I said Monday at Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, because on Mondays at Roosters, you can get 79-cent boneless wings. Or maybe Tuesday, when you can get the $3 featured appetizer of the week and 99-cent kids meals. Actually, let's talk about Thursday with a late happy hour featuring $1 wings. Enjoy your favorite day or days with over 40 TVs. Roosters, Pullman Square in Huntington. A fun, casual joint.
Tattoo Saloon here, Tri-State's newest tattoo studio located in Greenup, Kentucky, just a mile and a half southeast of the Dam Bridge. Come by, check us out. We're ready to make a custom tattoo design for you. We take walk-ins every day for tattoos and for piercings. That's right, walk-ins every day for tattoos and piercings. Come in, check out our staff. We have plenty of artists to choose from and a few piercers. We hope to see you guys. Come by and check out Tattoo Saloon in Greenup, Kentucky.
Did you know September 11th is a National Day of Service? We invite you to be kind with Volunteer West Virginia, because every mountaineer has the power to make a difference. Join in our statewide Day of Service, whether it's lending a hand or spreading kindness. In West Virginia, every mountaineer is a volunteer. Visit volunteer.wv.gov to find a volunteer opportunity near you. Brought to you by Volunteer West Virginia, the West Virginia Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back to the Monday, June 3rd edition, The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line this hour, 304-396-TALK. That's 304-396-8255. Had a chance to head over to Coldcats Media Day earlier today at Jack Cook Field. Had a chance to catch up with a few of the players and had a conversation with the manager, Tommy Gregg. Finally here. Tomorrow is the season opener. He's excited. The roster is excited. And that was my first question to him, really more of a statement. When I looked at Tommy earlier today, Tommy, it's finally here.
It is finally here, right? I was told a while back I was asked to manage, and of course I accepted right away once I found out it was here. I AstroTurf Field, so I've been excited for a long time. I'm also a high school coach, baseball coach. I coach baseball and softball at my high school, so we pretty much been through about almost a month as far as our season. So when that ended, obviously my attention was there, but since that's ended, I've been just trying to get everything organized to get here. I'm finally here, and tomorrow's our first game, so I'm really fired up.
Is that a thrill? Every day is almost a new team because you got so many players and you're trying to develop everyone. This isn't where I've got 9 guys and let's just go for the season. You're trying to make sure everybody gets the same experience.
That's going to be the challenging thing for me as a manager, is make sure everybody gets pretty equal playing time. Obviously, we're here to win games, but it's not like I go, okay, I'm going to put the best 9 out there every night. I want to mix it up. I want to make sure these guys are happy with the way I'm putting the lineups together, that everybody's getting a chance. And I said that up front in my meeting at the first day, that, don't be expecting to play every day. Everybody's going to get a chance. And once we get going after that first 2 weeks, I'll have a better understanding. Maybe this is my core players, 2 or 3 guys are really wanting to line up, and then I'll mix and match with other guys. So that's a challenge, but it's also I don't think that it's going to hurt us because everybody here is pretty talented.
And they understand that coming up from a system where maybe they don't get to play. They're going to play. They're going to get an opportunity to develop.
Right, and that's what we're trying to do. But it's not only in the game. We're going to have early work, and I've told these guys, look, don't leave it up to coaches. You're big boys. You can come out early and or ask us to help you to do something. I want them to work on their weakness. That's why they're here. And when you say development, usually development means you are trying to get better on something that you're weak at. But you also have to keep improving whatever that strength is that you have to get that better. So we not only are playing games, we're doing early work. We're whatever these guys need to feel like they got better after 2 months. That's what it's all about.
And you have a roster that's very talented. You've got a lot of players here who have either seen success where they've been before, or they need to find that success. So, how does this team gel early? So they're out there playing like a team. They're still trying to get better, but they're still trying to win as a team as well.
Well, baseball, I've told this before, baseball is an individual game. Even though this is our team, it's a very individual game. Nobody's helping you to catch a ball. Nobody's helping your arm to throw it. Nobody's holding the bat with you to hit it. But when you're all doing something really well or good individually, then you come together as a team, and normally you're winning a lot of games because nobody's making mistakes. So, but it is going to happen. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to lose some games. But the key is for these kids to understand. I want them to feel comfortable when they're here. Don't be afraid to fail and go out to win every game.
When does your prep work really begin? Was it when the team got here? You have to obviously try as much homework as you can ahead of time. How do you start making those evaluations? You have something preconceived notions, or everybody starts zero? Yeah,
everybody starts zero, and it started the other day of practice, and it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to evaluate a kid. Watch them run the bases. I like to watch them, how they catch a fly ball, how they catch a ground ball, what's their arm strength. Obviously, I stand here and watch them hit around the turtle. Yesterday I spent half the practice watching bullpens. I want to see some arms, so we have some really good arms, by the way, some pitchers that can really throw. It takes a while, and that's the cool thing. I don't know any of these players, so as soon as this practice started the first day, I was eyeballing everybody. I wanted to see what we had, and I kind of compared it to last year. We're definitely better than the team we had last year as far as talent-wise, so I'm excited.
Excited also for your staff as you try to get this thing going and everything starts tomorrow. You've got some guys that have been around the game a long time.
We have Roger Hill, who's played in the big leagues. He is a head coach at a JUCO college in California. He's just, like me, he's been in the game a long time. Salomon Torres has pitched in the big leagues. I mean, just the nicest guy. I just, met him. I've talked to him on the phone before I got here, but I've met him here and got to know him pretty good. And he's going to be great with the pitchers. And then we have KJ Holgren, who's an assistant coach at Princeton, and he's a young guy that's fired up to be here. He's ready for all the extra work and throwing BP, working with the catchers. He's kind of our versatile coach, that's a fourth coach that can kind of do it all.
I'm pretty happy so far you get to play ball on a brand new field.
Yeah, I'm glad that these 3 days are over with because I've been preparing, trying to be organized and prepare for these 3 practices. And the thing is, every day for the last 2 weeks coming up before I got here, the roster seemed to change. So I was like, I'm reaching out to players, but I didn't want to reach out to a player that wasn't on the roster. So I kept waiting for the roster to change and see if it would change. So I'm just finally glad, okay, this is what we have. We still have some kids that are coming in that have just finished playing or still playing. We had 2 come in today, and then I think by next week we should have a full club.
challenging but frustrating to know that your roster might not be set here. At least opening day, you got something.
We have something. We have plenty of players to put in for 2 games. Then I think it's a great deal that the league put an off day on Thursday that we can kind of evaluate for 2 days where we are in our pitching. See, we can use a lot of pitchers in 2 days, and they have a day off and regroup again for 3 more games and have another day off. So this first week is really, I think, is going to be beneficial for us really figuring out what the players are like. Because, hey, look, they can come out here in BP and take fungos off the bat and look fantastic, but when they step in the box, when the umpire says play ball, and the pitcher's on the mound facing a hitter, and they haven't faced a hitter in a while, and the hitter hadn't faced a live pitcher in a while, that's when you start finding things out. So it takes a week or 2 to really evaluate a player other than evaluating them in practice.
A diamond's a diamond, but does it help to start out here at home?
Yes. It's more exciting. They get to get settled in where they're living and see the community and see the town, get familiar with that, and then there's not a lot of traveling, obviously, because we're going to have some travel. Now, Pulaski last year, our longest travel was 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think our shortest is a little over 3 hours. So, I don't know if these guys understand that, but I'm sure they're aware that we're going to have some long road trips.
In your conversations with them as you start to get to know them, this is the return of baseball, summer baseball to the area. Did you talk a little bit about that, how important this is to the community, that this is the first time maybe in 30 years that they've got to see baseball in the summer? Yeah,
I'm sure the people here are excited. 30 years, I mean, why wouldn't you be excited? You've got this stadium. You've got a talented team, kids from all over the country coming to play. And try to get to know, and we want the players to get to know the people here, the fans. We want to be involved in the community. We're going to have them do some community service around the town. So just all in all, we want to connect with the people here. That's the whole goal. We want to entertain them on the field and then get to know them in the community.
How do you balance that between games, of course, and practice? How do you balance that to make sure that they're getting the full experience and they're still getting all their work in? Yeah, and that is a challenge. But when you know every Monday you have a day off, you can plan accordingly. And we'll let these guys know ahead of time that what we're doing and where we're doing it, and so there's no questions or anything. So we'll have plenty of time prepared for that. Opening days tomorrow. Who's starting for you? Logan Piper is starting for us. He's a lefty, but I want to say starting, but he's just starting the game pitching, and then we're just gonna piggyback guys right behind him because these guys, like I said, haven't pitched in a while. A lot of them haven't pitched in a while or a lot of innings, so we want to be careful with their arm. And we've already talked to them about a pitch count limit that we think is right, or they'll tell us kind of what they feel like they should do. Of course, the game's going to dictate. When I go out, if they're struggling, I go out and talk to them, and I know they're gassed. I'm taking them out. We got plenty of pitchers. Like I said, this first week we have 2 days off in the first week, so we have time to get a lot of pitchers involved. So we're not going to abuse anybody. Why'd you decide to start with him? We pulled it out of a hat. No, I'm just kidding. We just kind of looked at what we had. Salmon and I, the pitching coach, and we just decided because of what he had told us and what he commented on in the innings, and I don't know. It's hard to explain, but we tried to piece this thing together without knowing anybody. And you're talking about a challenge, that's a challenge. So it really doesn't mean anything that he's the opening day starter. I'm sure he's excited about it, but these guys just need to get in and pitch, whether they're starting or they're throwing an 8th inning. They're all just wanting to get in and pitch. And just so you went with your gut. Sure. Why not? Yeah. Why not say that? Sure. Yeah. Good luck tomorrow. All right. Thank you. We're excited. All right. There you have it. Manager Tommy Gregg, Coal Cats taking the field tomorrow. Jack Cook Field. First time in over 30 years we've had baseball back in the tri-state. I'm looking forward to it. We'll be there tomorrow at Jack Cook Field for the show. And then the game right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. When we continue, we're going to have a few interviews from players. First up, when we come back, Andrew Callaway. We'll talk to him and a couple other players when we continue on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
A bank is not just for loans. We provide all kinds of financial services. Innovative, state-of-the-art online and mobile banking technology, business banking, checking, savings, and investing. We can provide loans at some of the lowest rates possible. Stop by or give us a call. We're an equal housing lender.
Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
A college degree is more affordable than you think. With over 50 degree and certificate programs, Mount West Community and Technical College will help you start your new career. Mount West Community and Technical College is at the top ranking of community colleges with the least debt for graduating students. Small class sizes, affordable tuition. Find the right career path for you. Visit mctc.edu to learn more. Mount West Community and Technical College. Go far, close to home.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think you would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
Welcome back to The Drive. Paul Swann, your host. It is Monday, June 3rd here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We've been talking Coldcats baseball earlier today, Media Day at Jack Cook Field. Tomorrow is the day the Coldcats begin the 2024 season, the inaugural season at Jack Cook Field. A lot of firsts happening at Jack Cook Field. First season for the Thundering Herd just wrapping up. Now first season for summer baseball again in Huntington. And you heard Tommy Gregg earlier. If you didn't, you can get that later on our podcast. Just download the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast if you missed any part of that interview. Coming up next, we've got Andrew Calloway. Andrew coming out of West Virginia. Now, he decided he wanted to play summer baseball because he redshirted. So he wants an opportunity to get some more reps in. He's going to be on the mound for the Coal Cats. He wants to be able to get better. This is a good opportunity for him to do so. And so when I talked to him earlier, I just want to get his early impressions. And he's kind of a veteran of this now. He knows the deal. This isn't his first time around. So he knows the deal. But early impressions, it's just getting with the team and starting to know everyone.
Just, the guys. Everybody, plays across the country all over the place. Getting to be here with these guys is amazing, though. Seeing everyone play and, building a team together just is great.
What do you think the challenges are going to be? This is such a quick turnaround, but as your manager said, you guys know how to play baseball. It's baseball.
Right, yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, these guys definitely came from good schools, so they definitely prepped before they came here. There's not much really the coaches can do. It's really on us, go from there, and hopefully these guys pull together and, have a good season.
With all this experience, is that what makes this work? You guys can gel together real quick?
Yeah, I mean, so far we've been gelling pretty good. Some guys knew each other before they even got here and, played with each other in summer ball and stuff, last year, when everybody was traveling, getting recruited and stuff. And we've met some of these guys before we got here, and it's going real well so far.
Well, with your coaching staff, how is it being able to play for a coaching staff that has a lot of experience in terms of major leagues and this type of leagues for baseball?
Well, so far it's going well. The coaches, they definitely know what they're talking about. The pitching coach for sure helping me a lot. He played in the majors. If there's something I need to work on, he'll definitely help me and go from there. The hitting coach, the head coach definitely know how to play the game of baseball. They've been in it, so it's not like a first time kind of thing for them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
You're sort of like a veteran maybe for this squad. You got a little experience.
Yeah, I have a little bit of experience. Hopefully I help them out a little bit on the mound and get some good innings and hopefully we pull something off.
How important is a league like this for yourself and some of these other guys? Maybe their only opportunity to really showcase themselves or get more reps.
This is really good. I mean, this is one of the better leagues you can play in for a freshman sophomore league. A couple of my teammates back from West Virginia played on this last year. Especially if you're trying to transfer, there's going to be a lot of guys here watching. And the fans, especially MLB, some older guys on this team are trying to get drafted. So I feel like it's going to be really good for them. See some eyes out here and hopefully do their thing.
How important then is it to have a good showing? Because not everybody gets this opportunity. No one can just say, "Hey, I want to play summer ball." I mean, you gotta be at a certain level to begin with.
Exactly. Yeah, you just gotta be yourself. I mean, I've been there at this point before. With the recruiting I had. You just gotta do your thing. Can't let anyone let you down, and just go out there and pitch, and I guess do your thing.
Getting a better impression of your new home for a few months. What do you think?
I like it so far. I mean, it's Huntington, West Virginia. I've been here a couple times. I like the field, playing on this field. I've only played here twice when we played Marshall last year. So hopefully, we get used to playing on this field and the surroundings and, build a relationship with the fans.
Good between you and your coach is leaving at the end of the season up there. What a great guy. I mean, there was a time that the West Virginia coach wouldn't even talk to the Marshall coach. And when he came in, he was like, well, we ought to play 2 or 3 times a year. We need to play in Morgantown. We need to play in Huntington. We need to play in Charleston. And I hate to see him go because he has done a great job with West Virginia, who has reached heights that they haven't been probably since before they hired the guy before him, and that was back in the 90s.
Right, yeah, exactly. I mean, he was a great coach for me. I loved him a lot. They're still out there playing right now, getting ready to play in a super regional. They played last night, a really good game. And just the character he is, he's a great guy. And then, he always talks about Marshall and let's play Marshall, and the guy in center field out there putting the tarps up, he was like, Marshall, this is the best thing for Marshall when we play West Virginia. They have the most fans they've ever had at these games, and they love having that. And, just from being in the dugout experience, they were loving it. In the stands, it was just a great experience.
Outside of the rivalry thing, baseball players just want to play baseball, right?
Exactly, they do. They just play their game, let the fans do their things and, keep impressing them as they always do.
So you're going to be okay with this green and black for a couple months?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to have to do it with the boys. It's a great family I'm going to build, so I'll go from there.
Yeah, keep that in mind. These are Marshall colors. Why is it Marshall colors? Why is it Marshall colors? I know the answer to that. Earlier today, a Q&A released by Marshall University for Christian Spears and said some things about the Coldcats. Here's what he said about the logo. First of all, he said in this that having something for our community to do in June and July feels like we're doing the right thing. And we're lucky to have it so closely affiliated with Marshall. This is Christian Spears. This was a Q&A released earlier today. And he also said they, referring to the Coldcats, are in our venue. They are owned and operated by us and a third party that we partner with in Kindred Communications, our parent company, Kindred Communications. Their logo, he continued, their logo sheet is embedded within College Licensing Company, CLC, which hosts both Marshall and the Coldcats. So they use our primary colors and we earn revenue from licensing of their brand. So Coldcats, the logo, everything, Marshall University. You're kind of wondering, those Marshall colors look familiar. Well, now you know if you didn't know before. So again, the logo sheet is, again, as Christian said in this Q&A, embedded within Collegiate Licensing Company, which hosts both Marshall and the Coldcats. So when you buy Coldcats gear, you're going to send some revenue going back to Marshall University. So you're going to see that relationship, I'm sure, continue with the roster, with obviously the addition of players from the region. I mean, yeah, Jack Smith is on the roster for Marshall University. And you're going to see more Marshall guys on this roster, I'm sure, as this thing takes off. But right now, you at least have one Marshall guy on it. You've got players from other schools from the area. We just heard from Drew Calloway from West Virginia, so this is easily a close location for him. Also, you have players from area high schools. I mean, Kenyon Collins, a Marshall commit, Cabell Midland High School. He's on the roster. And I'm sure this is going to change throughout the year. I mean, Spencer Barnett, infielder from West Virginia. This is going to have that college feel to it. And, Peyton Jackson on the roster as well for Marshall, out of Boyd County High School. There's going to have that regional college feel to it. It's a college rookie prospect wood bat league. And this is what's fun about it, because these are kids that are trying to get better. They're going to be in action for a couple months, and then they're going to go back to their teams. And hopefully they're better. Marshall will obviously reap the benefits of a lot of this, and we'll have some fun for this next couple of months. Another player we talked to was Joshua Pauline. Joshua, just to give you a little background on him, and he was fun to talk to. He is out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, and he's a redshirt freshman. Had a chance to ask him a little bit about his impressions early on as he's now a part of the Tri-State Coldcats.
It's awesome. I'm very excited. Shout out to Christian Palmer and Marshall University for having us. I'm really excited just to get going. Should be fun. The guys are great so far. It's kind of cool to meet everyone, get outside your comfort zone. It's not like normal college where everyone knows everyone. It's good to get out and meet new people, meet new faces. Listen to everyone's background. So that's one thing that I've really cherished, and got excited to learn more about some of the guys.
What are you looking to improve on most when it's all said and done? What do you want to get out of this experience?
I would say, for me personally, just get back into throwing innings. I'm coming off Tommy John surgery. I had it last March, so I'm excited. I'm healthy now, and really just get out and get innings. Just play. That's my biggest thing. I just want to get out and play, have fun, have a good time, stay loose, and do everything I can to help us win.
How important do you think a league like this is then? Because not everybody gets this opportunity. You've got this opportunity.
It's a great opportunity. I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to come out here and showcase what I can do and my potential. So I'm really just looking forward to it. It should be fun. And I've heard the Appalachian League's a good league, and I've heard there's been a drought in this part, and no one's really had a lot of baseball here over the summer. So that's another cool thing.
You're part of a situation where 30 years ago there was baseball, and it's been that long.
Yeah, no, I was kind of shocked to hear that it's been 30 years when Christian mentioned that. So, it's pretty cool how it all came together. It took a long time, but like I said, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully everyone watching is excited as much as we are. What
do you know about some of your teammates? Pretty much first time, I'm sure, meeting a lot of guys, but any names stand out to you? Anybody you go, oh, I know him?
Actually, no. I didn't know anyone coming in, so this is all brand new to me. It's my first time playing summer ball in college, so, I'm kind of just soaking it all in and living in the moment now, and I'm just excited, yeah.
For you, it's probably easier to get ready for a game than maybe the other starters, but how hard is it to transition from I just got here and now we're playing a game?
I think it's kind of the same mentally from preparation. Pitchers always try and stick to a good routine to help them make them successful. So, I haven't really felt the transition as much, except for the drive and getting here and, meeting the guys. But I don't think it's been that bad. Everyone here has been great. Everyone's supportive, and, everything's been pretty smooth so far. We have a great coaching staff. The guys are awesome, and, hasn't really been that bad, which is great.
Speak on that, your coaching staff. What's been the early impression for you so far? What are you getting out of it from those guys?
Just the experience that they have. A lot of them, have played professional baseball, and that's something that everyone wants to do. So it's kind of have that experience and that knowledge that's really they're always open for us to ask questions and to learn as much as we can from them. They're always open about that, and that's big for us, being able to have that kind of that mentor and that leadership to give us confidence to go out there and take the ball and do our best.
At the same time, there's a lot of experience out here from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different schools. What are you getting from these guys so far as you guys try to gel as a team?
I think everyone's gelling pretty good as a team. At the end of the day, we're all baseball players. We're all, striving for the same goal, and that's keep playing, produce, and hopefully one day, get looked at and be in a better position than where we are yesterday. It's a grind, and I think everyone's been on the same page about that and what we're trying to do.
That's Joshua Pauline, and I'm going to tell you right now, if he's not a future baseball commentator, I don't know if I've ever heard one. I'm just saying. I'm looking in the booth right now. I'm looking at our intern, Ben Anderson. Give this guy a couple of lessons at Dr. Bailey's class, and, he might be coming for your job there. No, it was fun to talk to him. And then the other guy we got a chance to talk to, it was Parker Moore. Parker Moore, when you get your roster, will be number 59. Parker, he's out of Texas. He's in Arizona at Gateway Community College, I believe he said. And he is from Prosper, Texas. So he's out of Arizona from Texas, and he is a redshirt freshman is what I got from him. And it was the same question. I asked him a little bit about his background and talking to him, and then just wanted to get his general thoughts on the situation at hand. What's your early impressions now that you're a Coalcat?
It's my first time in West Virginia. I like it. Like the mountains. Reminds me back home, New Jersey. Team's going to be really good. I'm really excited to get the season started.
What stood out to you so far?
Stood out to me? Probably that, the whole town is really pretty bought into the baseball team, and Marshall University, appreciate them having us out here. It's awesome.
Did you ever think you'd be playing college ball in a brand new stadium like this?
I did not. They told us this probably a month before we got here, that this is a brand new stadium. They played their first game, January 27th or something like that, pretty early. I've never played in a stadium this new. It's pretty cool.
So what are you hoping to achieve as this season progresses? What do you want to work on? Where do you hope to be?
Sure. So I really like playing with people that are better than me. Just gets a competitive drive going. I'd like to go pro. This is the best league for it. MLB ran. All the MLB scouts are going to be here. No better place to be.
Who stood out to you so far? Some of your teammates, because there are a lot of big names out here, right?
Sure. Yeah, a lot of big names. This kid, he played pro ball. We got my buddy Jeff from the JUCO in Maryland or Arizona. He's really good. Guy has pop. These kids are pretty good. A lot of Power 5 talent, a lot of mid-major talent. It's pretty awesome.
Jeff who?
Jeff Martz. Yeah. He's a catcher, first baseman, third baseman. Guy can do anything. Utility player. Pretty good dude.
So it's good to have somebody you know at least here.
Sure. Yeah. And like, I think Marshall did really good in not having us all live together, so we get to know everyone. Because if you go with someone you know, you're just going to stick to that. Got to branch out, meet new people. It's awesome.
How much have you seen of Huntington so far?
Seen a little bit. Gone to Cookout a couple times. Where else have I gone? On Chipotle. I mean, just the campus. Campus really nice. Went for a walk this morning. It was pretty beautiful.
Cookout, man. I could go for some cookout right now. Quick timeout. We will wrap it up on today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The Greenup County Public Library is packed full of events for this month that you won't want to miss. The Summer Reading Program hosts Smokey the Bear for his 80th birthday on June 18th at Flatwoods, June 19th at the Greenup Branch, and June 20th at McKell at 11 a.m. Girls' Night Out at McKell is June 20th at 6 p.m. On June 21st, don't miss dinner and a movie at Greenup and movie night at Flatwoods at 6 p.m. For complete details on these and more great events, check out their Facebook page or go to the website greenuplib.org.
Ice cream, popcorn, Dollar Dog Night, Paul's in the Park, family fun days, and $2 beer nights. It's a summer fun with Coldcats baseball at Marshall's all-new Jack Cook Field. Whether you come as a group, purchase individual game deluxe box tickets, or want to sit in the open air on the stadium's grassy banks, you're going to have a blast with Coldcats baseball. The season opens with the Pulaski River Turtles. Opening night is June the 4th with an evening that you won't forget. Visit the website. Order tickets now. Coldcat Baseball, making summers even better in the tri-state.
Calling all brave souls, it's Go-Mart's Summer of Spooky Savings. Now through July 31st, join the hunt for bonus reward points. Purchase specially marked items and earn points and unlock tokens for the most haunted spots in West Virginia. From Lake Shawnee to the Trans-Allegheny Asylum, unleash the spirits and collect all 7 tokens to earn 5,000 bonus reward points. Plus, stop in for a scare on Tuesdays and triple your bonus points with each purchase. To join the hunt, download the Go-Mart app today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Final segment of today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get you caught up on what happened today for the Thundering Herd. We've got a few signees to tell you about. First up, football team has signed Hurricane High School tight end Rhett McGrew for the class of 2025, ranked by Prep Red Zone WV as the 7th best player in West Virginia and the best tight end in the state. So he is a signee for the Thundering Herd. Women's basketball. Thundering Herd picking up JUCO transfer forward Leocha Marangini. She played and starred in 27 games, averaged 23 minutes per game as well. 6 players to sign with the Thundering Herd since the hiring of Julie Folks. Also, on X, where all announcements go, Penn State transfer Paige Maynard has committed to Marshall softball. She is a 5'11 junior pitcher. She's got 2 years of eligibility remaining. She was the Big Ten Freshman of the Week in 2023. She also had a total of 27 appearances and 11 starts. Ranked in high school as the number 25 pitcher in the 2022 recruiting class by Extra Innings Softball. And she was well regarded in 2021 by Extra Innings. So she's played some travel softball. She's got some eligibility left for the Thundering Herd. And, of course, she's also out of Shady Spring, West Virginia. Let's make note of that. So landing some homegrown talent for the Thundering Herd. Busy day tomorrow. We're going to be at Jack Cook Field for Cole Cats baseball. I'm looking forward to that. And, of course, we will hopefully have some guests lined up, as this will be the inaugural game. First time in 3 decades that we have a summer baseball league back in Huntington. Of course, this is different than minor league baseball. I mean, it's the same concept, but this is a prospect league, wooden bat. And as you heard from some of the players today, Appalachian League is one of the best leagues. This type of league, Appalachian League, is one of the best. Thanks for tuning in. For our producer tonight, Mr. Ben Anderson, I'm Paul Swann. Back with you tomorrow from Jack Cook Field here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Transmitting on Glorious FM on 94.1 W227BS Huntington. This is 930 WRVC Huntington, celebrating 100 years of broadcasting.